Hey singers, just want to tell you how much I appreciate you and wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I wanted to make another video for the singers. Last week we had talked about the importance of warming up, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of posture and breathing. And so your posture is so important to help assist in your breathing, which that's really what singing is all about. It's about just breath management, knowing how much air to take in, taking enough air in. So when you get at the end of a phrase, you don't run out of breath. And then, of course, it affects your pitch. And so breath management is very important. So it's just like a balloon. I've said this example before that when you have less resistance, like in an area when you're trying to blow up a balloon, that it's easier to blow that balloon up. And that's the way our lungs are. They're just like big balloons. And so the more uprightness we have, the straightness we have, and we're not leaning over, of course, our lungs can take in air a lot easier and take in more air. And so it's important for us to exercise that and make it a habit where we're upright, where we can make sure that when we do breathe, that we can breathe well. And there's a difference between upper breathing. You'll see singers do this. You'll see them breathe and go like that. They're upper breathing. They're breathing. Everything's up here, but we need to breathe from down here in where our abdomen is, and lower, called lower breathing. And so that's a practice. It's something you have to work with on a constant basis till it becomes a habit to you. And so when you're upright, it helps your lungs to be able to to take in air easier. So just a couple of things to help as far as your posture. Just make sure that you're standing. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure that you're straight up. But if it's better to sing, preferably when you're standing up, and just make sure that you're relaxed. And then the best posture is just like you're lifting hands, like you're worshiping the Lord. And that's the best posture, is hands straight up like this, that you can have. And just make sure, like just pretend like there's a string up there, and that you're on your feet and you stand straight up. And you're not, you're leaning a little bit forward, putting a little bit of pressure on the feet, not on your heels, but your toes, but not too far back. Just make sure that you're straight up. And the Bible even talks about, blessed are the upright. And so we are children of uprightness, and we need to be upright when we're singing. And make sure that you have, as far as the position of your head, that you have a big, real wide back of your neck and small front of your neck. So it's not too up high or too low. It's just a little bit kind of in the medium, where you have a small back of the neck and a big back, small front of the neck and then big back of the neck. And so that's good for you to know. Also too, that you don't want to be so straight that you're like stiff, but flexibility. I know the classical singers are all straightened up and their posture is just perfect. It's just an idea. I know all kind of rock singers, ballad singers, country stars, all of them, all genres, they sing with the right posture. And that's why they can sing so well, is because they practice that. And so make sure that an exercise that you can do is putting your back against like a wall and just standing straight up like that. And I mean, it even hurts my back after a while, just sitting straight up, because we're not, because of gravity, we're just not used to having our back straight all the time like that. But just put your back against the wall and keep it straight like that, and just do that periodically, just to make sure that you're singing with good posture. I sing all the time. When I do sing or play trumpet, is practice in front of a mirror and look at yourself and make sure that you have a good posture, or record yourself. Like it's good to do an audio recording and a video recording of yourself, and record yourself, and just look at yourself, and you probably are your worst critic. So, or but don't be so hard on yourself that you can't improve and become better. So also, two people walk with a book on their head so they can walk straight up, and keep good posture, and they're up when they're singing, and that's a good exercise to do. Like again, just to make sure that you're not too straight, that you're so straight that you can't, move around and have fun. And like I said before, make sure that think about that string when you're singing that's pulling you up when you're singing, because you want to kind of have that feel when you're singing. A couple of exercises that I've talked about before that are important that help as far as breathing from lower breathing from your diaphragm is ab crunches. I would get on the floor and show you that, but you won't be able to see me. Maybe I could show you in practice sometimes. That's where you get on your back and you hold your legs up and then pull your shoulder up like that and hold it. So you're just putting pressure against your abs. And if you do like, 10 of those, hold it up for 10 seconds and then come back down. And then hold it for another 10 seconds, hold it up, your legs and your head and your shoulders up for 10 seconds and then put it back down and do 3 sets of 10 for that and then come back down and rest. That'll help for your ab muscles, to help for your breathing. Another thing is like you just flip around and you do the Superman where you pull your legs up and your arms up like that and hold it for 10 seconds and then come back down and do 3 sets of those. And those will help in your abs and breathing from your abs. And those are just a couple of exercises that will help you. Like last week, we talked about warm up, make sure you're warming up and that you have good posture so you can breathe. And like I said, the 9 times out of 10, I know what it is with me, is I'll listen to myself on a recording or audio and I go off the pitch and it has to do with not getting good enough breath and breath support. And so these are just a couple of exercises that will help on abdominal breathing. And next week we'll try to get in some exercises that'll help us do some breathing. Okay. Another thing I want to kind of go over is just making sure that me, the band, and all of us are together as far as cues for the song leaders and stuff like that. So all on the same page. A verse is 1 or verse 2 or verse 3 or from the top, so that we're all on the same page. Now, chorus would be, of course, C, and I know all of us know this, but just to communicate to make sure that we're all on the same page, because I did this with the band video as well. The bridge, of course, would be down. That's the bridge, and then the end of the song. Means to end, and then or to end like this, and then go like that, and then the turnaround, like to do the tag or anything like that. Now, sometimes it's important for the singer, the song leader, and we'll go over this during rehearsal, is to make sure that your choruses and your idea and your verses and bridges are the same that's actually on our chart, because that's what the band is looking at. And so sometimes we'll call a song and then you're thinking the song leader thinks it might be a bridge, or it's actually a verse or a chorus, or it might be named different. So we just need to check and kind of go over that together to make sure that we have that all together. Songs that are tricky are just like a chorus and then a verse a lot of times, or starts with a verse and it's just a chorus, and they're kind of tricky like that. I think one song, I can't remember, but it's just a 2-part song instead of like a 3-part. 3 parts are easy, but 2 parts are kind of tricky. So just to knowing, hey, maybe this is the first part of the song and maybe this is the second part of the song, or the chorus is in the front and the verse, which would be 1, would be the second part. But just to kind of go over those songs to kind of know and keep us all on the same page. So I wanted to thank you for watching this video and wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for all that you do to help bring the presence of the Lord into this place. Thank you.